That's all, folks.
You requested it, so we rewound.
What's up, guys? It's your boy FaceTime, and I'm here with two guests today. I got both my co-hosts, Mr. Key Issues. We're gonna bring him in first.
What's happening, YouTube?
My bad.
Your boy's back. Your boy's back.
And of course, we can't forget our other co-host, Mr. Hyper Combo.
Yo.
What's up?
What's going on, Hyper?
Nothing much, man. Yeah, man. Season premiere of this show. Looking forward to it.
You know, first episode, so we'll see how it goes. See what kind of shenanigans we can get up to, and hopefully we can get some good information put out there for everybody watching and everybody that'll catch the rewind. So
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Hell
exactly.
yeah.
So how you guys doing this week?
Bro, it's all right, you know. Living that lockdown life, still working. So busy as hell,
Just
but
all right?
it is so nice to be back. It's all right. It's all right.
I mean, they extended
All
our
right.
curfew from like 8 to 9:30, so hooray for us, I guess.
Oh, big boy bedtimes. Let's go.
Yeah, it's we I feel so privileged now. You know, I get to play out a bit longer.
Right? Get to actually go
You
outside
comic
and
book
stuff.
Yeah. Wait, what was that, Keys?
Hyper, can you actually go into your comic shop then or not?
Yeah. Everything is pretty much open.
What?
I mean,
So
aside
we gotta. Oh man.
No, well, we kind of pretty much had
Oh, wow.
your situation like a few months ago, where we could only do essential shopping. We couldn't do any non-essential. So basically, you're kind of catching up to all the regulations that we already had to go through. So no,
Shoot.
trust me, I've been through your situation. So
This is our third
I
time doing this, man. Our third time. It's on and off.
it's,
I gotta go to a back alley, knock on the back door of the comic shop, and be like, "Hey, you guys got those new books?" And they literally
Wow.
creak open that back door and slide them through. I'm like,
It's all
"Ah,
bad up there.
yes."
well, wait, I told you, didn't I tell you guys what happened during the first lockdown? How I felt like I was doing a drug deal when I picked up my new comics. Where basically, like my comic shop is like kind of located in the basement of a building. So basically, the
Right.
arrangement was I go to the back of the building, which is pretty much it's like a loading place, like where all the trucks come. I'm supposed to back up my car, pop the trunk open. The dude comes out, puts the books in my bag, closes the trunk, basically taps on the trunk to just let me know, it's all good.
No.
And by the way,
Killing
the
some
money already has to be transferred so that the transaction's already done.
Bro,
And
you
then
know
I just
how inconvenient that is? You gotta haul out the dead body out the trunk, make sure it's nice and clean, put your comics in, pick up the comics, put the body back in, bro. Like, come on.
it's
Right?
man, life ain't easy when you're trying to do a pull list.
I'm telling you, man. The struggle is real.
Well, not so much for you, Face. It seems like out of the three of us, I think you probably have the loosest regulation in your city.
Right? And I think the first we'll start it off. I think I want to go ahead and I guess the best way to start it off is to just let everybody know like what the show is about, what we want to do, and what our goals are. Obviously this won't be of every show, because once we put the information out there, hopefully it'll be known what we're going to try and do.
Yep.
But it's to put the best information out there that we can, all the most recent and relevant news that would maybe cause any spikes in comic books, or just is interesting in general. And then of course towards the end of the show, we're going to talk about some FOC stuff. If you guys don't know what that is or a whole lot about it, we'll get into that later on in the show. And of course we'll finish it off by new comic book day picks that are favorites for each of us and whatnot. So
Cool.
Let's start it off by talking about some of the news that's happened over the last week. There's been some pretty big developments over the last week that have happened. Actually, it's kind of surprising. Whenever you go back, let's on April 27th, there was some information that came out about the Ironheart series. They got a head writer for that, Renee Hodge, and done some writing for the Snowpiercer series. So I haven't watched that, but I heard it's pretty good. So looks like they're making progress on Ironheart.
I mean, the thing is,
well,
Snowpiercer. No, I was gonna say Snowpiercer. I know the movie starring Chris Evans, but I haven't actually seen the TV series though. But apparently it's supposed to be.
Yo, was that the one with the train?
Yeah, that's the one with the train. Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it. Heard it was amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like the movie. I haven't seen the series either, but yeah, I was pretty good. So, and I know Newbie Comics is going to be real happy to hear about all the development on Ironheart.
On Ironheart, yeah. It's I mean, I don't really know much about the actress that's playing her, but yeah, I mean, I'm holding my breath, kind of seeing how this thing develops. I mean, it is. Listen, anything that Feige touches at this point, it's almost like I'm giving him pretty much like the pass. Like he's yet to steer me wrong. I know people kind of crap on some of the movies, even the movies that people aren't really fond of, like Captain Marvel and all that. They're not exactly. Look, I'm just gonna say it. They're not exactly bad movies. I would just say that. No, I would say they're just. I would say they're just weaker, like some of the weaker movies in the MCU entries. But as a movie itself, I didn't really think it was a bad movie.
Yeah, I think you're giving them like an MCU pass there, man. But that's the next discussion, bro. That's shoot.
You know what? I think it's a fact that it's in the MCU. I think we're holding these movies to a higher standard than, which we should, as opposed to if we would have saw this movie, let's say, as its own separate entity. I think we would have probably given it. We wouldn't have been as harsh as it is because we've seen the other, better entries that came from the MCU. So it's kind of hard not to compare it with what we already saw before, right? So.
Right. All right. So another development that came out on the 27th. Marvel's going to celebrate Pride Month with a special cover frame on one of their issues for Marvel Voices. It actually looks pretty cool. I mean, historically, the cover frames have an old school feel to me, a little bit of a nostalgia. And of course, this one's going to use the LGBTQIA characters. I saw the art for it. It looks pretty cool as far as the frames go. But along with that, of course, they're doing a whole series of variant covers.
As Marvel is known to do.
The same. They're actually doing it. Yeah, right. Exactly. Like they definitely get in on the variant covers. Some of them are pretty dope though. So DC's got the same thing going on. They've got some pretty dope covers over there on theirs. So I might pick a couple of those up.
Yeah, it's just that. How do I say this? I hope it's not one of those situations where, how people have the criticism when, especially what was that series that got canceled? New Warriors, where there was a lot of they were trying to focus too much on the whole social justice aspect of it, but to the point that it kind of drove a bit too hard, like where it felt a bit forced. I hope they don't go that route. Like, like it shouldn't be. It should be organic. That's my point.
Yes.
I don't like. I don't want this to be to the point where our comics are going to get crammed with just social issues for the sake of just cramming them in. It basically just feels forced. That's kind of my fear in these kind of things.
Yeah, I agree.
True.
As long as it has more of a, it seems like if it makes sense with the story, then yeah, But whenever they start changing characters that have an 80-year history, that's kind of like,
Yeah,
doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense.
And I'm not just talking about orientation. I'm also talking about race as well. Like just anything where there's like
Right.
a social divide, and then it seems like the companies almost feel like it's an agenda to kind of like just make it natural. Just make it as like make it just part of their character, but don't make it seem like that is like basically what the character is. Like case in point, the whole thing with they're introducing a new Captain America, right? Who happens to be gay. I hope it's not going to be a situation where that's the only thing that he's going to be known for as the gay Captain America. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I'm all for diversity, but just kind of don't beat us over the head with it. Like, because look, we read comics for the sake of escapism for the most part. I don't need to be preached or lectured in my reading.
As Hyper's preaching to all of
in an ironic sense. In an ironic sense.
We love you, Hyper.
In Hyper, we trust.
I should put that on a dollar.
Of course.
Yeah.
Get that on a T-shirt.
Oh gosh, yeah, that'll be the new merch.
We got to trademark it. So let's skip it to the 28th. We had some pretty interesting news come out then, man. DC announced that they're going to do Fandom again this year on October 16th, 2021. I guess they thought it was pretty successful last year. I actually didn't get too into it, so I mean, I think I watched a couple of the videos that came out from it, but yeah, I really didn't get into it that much. I mean, the whole virtual convention thing is just, I might try and grab some of the exclusives, watch a video here or there, but it's just not the same as going to actual conventions.
No, I mean, no. And do you guys remember anything that happened from last year's Fandom that was noteworthy on DC side that they actually announced that ended up coming?
Snyder Cut? I don't know.
Oh, wait. No, I think you might be right.
I mean,
wasn't the Snyder Cut probably was announced around that time?
I think so. Which was legit.
I don't know if it was announced or maybe they showed stuff from it or something. I'm sure they talked about it at Fandom and whatever, but yeah, I don't know. Like it just doesn't seem to be a huge thing.
What's that?
That was announced. No, was Pattinson last? The new Batman movie, was that announced?
Yes,
DC Fandom?
Yes. Right. And they did announce a few of those games. Those games,
so they did do some announcements that came out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the Suicide Squad game and the trailer also for the Suicide Squad. The movie trailer.
Yep.
The first one. So there's a few noteworthy things. Yeah, man. Look, I've said this before on a Newbie's channel also, how I'm rooting for DC just because I don't want. I know some people almost think it's going to be an ideal situation if Disney takes over DC, but I don't think that's going to necessarily work out in terms of. I just think you need a number two to kind of make sure that there's always someone on Marvel's heel to make sure that they're continually producing, the best possible content. Because if you're the only player in the game, what incentive do you have?
Right.
Yeah,
for sure.
So in some more news that should make Newbie happy, Ironheart got an episode count reveal. It was only 6 episodes though, so I don't know. Maybe he won't be so happy. Probably wanted more. Probably wanted like 29 or some shit.
But I'm assuming if it's 6 episodes, it's probably going to be like WandaVision was probably going to be close to an hour instead of the Falcon episodes were like almost like half hour, right? So I think
WandaVision was what? Yeah, WandaVision was what? 9 episodes?
it was no, was it? I think it was 10 episodes.
It was too damn
Was it
short.
10?
That's what it was.
Yeah, something like that. And then Falcon and Winter Soldier was
Sorry,
6 episodes.
I mixed that up. Sorry, WandaVision was the 30-minute episodes. It was Falcon that was the hour episodes. Yeah, because Falcon had
Yeah.
six episodes and WandaVision had 10 episodes.
Right. So, yeah, I don't know if there's been any runtime reveals on those yet.
I mean, if it's only
But
6 episodes, I
I
would
mean, that's
assume.
not case, and it sounds like yeah, it sounds like they're finally making some pretty good progress on it.
Mhm.
So,
Hey man, yeah, I'll wait till I get more news and announcements from it. But yeah, I mean, I'll be watching it regardless.
Oh yeah, well, I lie. I still haven't watched that Captain that Falcon and Winter Soldier yet. I'm still behind.
You haven't seen it?
Man, you are.
Yeah,
You haven't seen the
I'm
first
not behind. I've seen the first episode. That's it, and I was like, meh.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good
I
though.
love
You gotta get caught
WandaVision's
up.
first 2 episodes way more. I will.
It does get better,
Wow.
I find.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I'll take your guys' words for it.
Because also, I think the first episode they haven't. But in the first episode, I don't even think Bucky and Sam have interacted yet, right? They were
No.
separate. So yeah, wait until you see episodes 2 and onwards, and things start to really pick up.
All right, I'll binge it all one day.
Definitely. There you go. I mean, it's not that we can definitely do it.
Oh yeah, it's doable. Totally doable.
It's 6 episodes, honestly. Yeah, you could you just need an afternoon and you're good to go.
Sure.
All right, so another casting news we got. Vincent Kartheiser was cast to be Scarecrow, Dr. Jonathan Kane in the Titans series. For anybody that follows that, I watched the first season of it. I know I've watched part of the second season. I don't know if I've made it the whole way through it yet, but it's been a pretty solid series. It's,
Oh
I
yeah.
like it. I enjoy it.
Oh, dude, I thought the second season was a big improvement over the first season. The first season, I didn't like that. I didn't like that cliffhanger that they had at the end. It just felt like they could have ended that first season a bit better. So, but I'm kind of glad. Like the second, I mean, we knew that the second season was going to answer, the questions in the first season. But I definitely like the second season with the introduction of Deathstroke and Jason Todd in the mix.
Yeah.
It's,
it sounds like we're getting Tim Drake
oh yeah,
next season too.
So okay, so I'm
they're
curious.
bringing in every available Robin.
But okay, so here's my thing. Like they introduced Jason Todd, but I'm wondering if we're actually going to get to the point where we're actually going to see the birth of Red Hood. But at that point, you kind of need another key player to get that happening, to have that happening with the Joker. I mean, it would be cool to see Joker in the Titan series, but unless DC goes about it a different way of probably introducing Jason as the Red Hood, because he was acting obviously Jason Todd being Jason Todd, he was acting like a prick pretty much most of the
Jason Todd, baby, come on, man, he's A1. Okay,
exactly. So
come on.
I figure that they're going the Red Hood route. I'm just not sure how they're gonna go about it without the Joker there. So I thought they were gonna do it with Deathstroke, but they killed. Well, actually, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I just oops.
Yeah, you totally spoiled it. It's already too late. Goddamn.
Listen, the second season's been already out for over a year, so. But okay, I think I'm the one that actually finished it, right?
Fucking hyper. Darth Vader's
I'm like halfway through.
Okay, so sorry.
Oh man.
Ignore what I just said.
Brooks, what's going on? Welcome to the chat.
What's up?
And actually, yeah, Comic Dude, Freak Louie in the house. We got a few people up in here. Definitely.
Yeah, I saw Southern Comic Geek and Spine
Yep,
Ticks was
Southern Comic Geeks. Bontex is up in here.
But
Got
yeah, I
all
mean,
kinds of people there.
I'm looking forward to another season of Titans because I did like the second season, so it'll probably hook me to watch to still keep watching it. It's one of the because I don't really watch the CW stuff from DC, so I like that this was more a mature tone.
Yep.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I like the HBO Max for some of DC stuff. I don't necessarily know that everything DC puts out needs to go the darker route.
No,
And they would probably do well to remember that, but it doesn't hurt to have that,
yeah,
available as an option for them because the darker stuff, it does sell. People enjoy it. So,
yeah, and you're
all
right
right.
because Marvel does a bit of both. They don't just go to complete dark. They have some lighthearted stuff also. So yeah.
Exactly. And even in the dark stuff, they bring in the lighthearted moments. So,
Exactly.
all right. So, did you guys see that Sweet Tooth from Jeff Lemire has gotten a trailer and a
Oh,
release date of June 4th, 2021? Interest in watching
so
that series?
when you said Sweet Tooth, I was thinking of Twisted Metal. Yeah, I was thinking of. I was
Right? Of course, right? It's only
Yo,
natural.
did you
No,
know that Face was gonna be talking
Jeff
about that case?
Lemire,
No, this is just my boy, bro. We go way back.
right?
But I haven't
Well,
read
Jeff
Sweet Tooth.
Lemire, he wrote. Right, yeah, he wrote it. Not exactly sure. I didn't actually get on the series, so I'm not 100% what it's about. I know there's a kid with some deer antlers. I'll probably check it out, when it comes out. Give it a watch. If I like it, maybe and maybe that will I'll like it so much I go back and have to pick up all the issues or whatever. So who knows?
If I could be 100% transparent, I've seen I've debated picking it up, but there's only one Sweet Tooth, and so I was like, nah, man, he doesn't have antlers, fam. No, fiery
Fair
hair
enough.
clown that kills people for the win, and then I just no. But I mean, hey,
Fair
I'll check it out now.
So
Once
I'm
it
guessing
releases.
this is gonna be what, done through HBO Max or something, because technically it's Sweet Tooth is kind of like a DC owned property at this point, right?
Ooh.
No, I thought Sweet Tooth is Image, so I think it's on like Netflix or something like that.
No, because remember the sequel to Sweet Tooth was actually it's under Vertigo or something, under DC's it's under one of DC's labels.
Is it?
Because I just
Shit, you
remember.
might be right, man. I have no idea on Sweet Tooth. I'll be honest.
I think so. I think
It's
Sweet Tooth is
Vertigo.
actually. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's yeah. Because I know that DC did away with Vertigo, so I don't know if it's now considered Black Label or something. But yeah, I do remember that the sequel to Sweet Tooth was
Yeah.
actually under the DC imprint. Yeah.
Definitely worth probably checking out, watching an episode, and maybe we'll like it. Who knows? So more news. Invincible got renewed for seasons 2 and 3 already, and it sounds like that series. I mean, that series, everybody is loving it. It's the the gore and brutality has been appropriate for that series. There's been some differences from the comics, but nothing that really has hindered it at all. Have you guys been watching? What do you think?
I'm behind, bro. I haven't watched it yet. I've seen
Yeah.
clips of one.
You gotta check out.
What's his name? Omni-Man? Is it Omni-Man? The big dude? Strong dude? When he wrecks their version of the Justice League. I don't know what they're called. The Planet Guardians, whatever they're called. And that scene was unreal, and now I want to watch it really bad.
I'll be honest. I have Amazon Prime, the subscription, but I haven't seen an episode yet. Just because I've just been behind. But I will be watching. But since season 1's already wrapped up, I could easily probably just binge the season now.
I'm seeing Meat Shield out of his son, and I think Comic
Right?
just sold me. Wait, can I pull a newbie? Comic dead. Sorry, I had to.
Oh.
I had to. Sorry.
You might be infringing on newbies. You might be infringing on newbies' trademarks over there. So you
That's
leave that
facts.
alone.
That's facts. That's facts.
Oh man, yeah. The newbie verse is still strong here.
Right, for
Yo,
sure.
you guys missed it yesterday. We had another introduction into the newbie verse. Well, technically,
Oh, who did we miss?
it's an
Oh, is this
existing
news?
it's an existing character, but apparently
Okay.
he got placed in a different universe altogether, according to newbie. So we were talking about the Green Lantern, and see this
Okay.
is the show. We recap our affiliated shows as well. So this is like us bringing you the recap from yesterday. So
Right, it's
News.
perfect.
yeah. So we're talking about the whole Green Lantern HBO Max series, right? And then
Mhm.
newbie's talking about the other characters that are actually going to be in the series. And then he's like, we're gonna get, they already announced Jessica Cruz and Killmonger and all that, and I kind of let it go. And then I'm like, the thing is, you couldn't see my face because yesterday my face was blocked because I had allergies and all that. But I was like, I had to double back and wait. I don't think Killmonger is actually it part of the green. You know what? Because he was. It was Kilowog.
Right?
It was
Kilowatt.
It was Kilowog,
Yeah.
but the man said Killmonger, but it made me double back. I'm like, I mean, maybe there's a cross.
Yeah, just stop and think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to contemplate for a second. Wait a minute. Yeah,
So yeah.
my work was a little bit busy yesterday, so I didn't get the chance to even be in chat and troll as much as I wanted to. But I did come in 2 seconds, and what do I see? Hyper stealing my shtick. What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, allergies,
Listen,
allergies. That's the best we could come up with.
here's the thing. I messaged newbie yesterday. I'm like, yo, dude, I don't think I could come on your show today because I've been like all nasally and all that, and it's not a good look on the camera, right? So, and then newbie's like, well, like if I don't show up, he's gonna be all by himself. I'm like, all right, well, like I'll show up, but I guess I'll just turn off my camera. But even then, I mean, it just like for me, it just got worse because like put it this way, we got a super chat yesterday from one of the dudes in the chat for Claritin. A $5 to get Claritin.
Yo.
That's awesome.
So now, like I made the joke like how newbie's just gonna pimp me out every time I'm gonna be sick because he's gonna be getting super chats for these things.
Yeah, right. You're gonna be on your deathbed. He's gonna be like, "Get your ass on the camera, Hyper."
Yeah, but dude, it was not like I mean, it's at least the camera was off. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna listen to that episode on Rewind because it wasn't a good look. Yeah, and you see comic dude.
Oh, for sure. Well, guys, I'm sure this is gonna absolutely fucking excite you. Justice League gets the 4K treatment. Now, I'm not talking the Snyder cut. The regular ass Justice League. Yeah.
Wait,
Does that feel like a last ditch action on that or what?
I thought wait, hold on. Didn't the regular Justice League already have? Isn't it? I thought it already was. Yeah, I thought I already saw it on 4K Blu-ray already.
Yeah, man.
I thought it was too.
So wait, I'm guessing it's getting
God.
Yeah, for some reason they're releasing re-releasing or whatever the Justice League, the theatrical cut on the 4K rather than the Snyder cut. We got to keep waiting.
Let it die.
But see,
it's not good.
These are the kind of decisions that makes me like bang my head on DC for DC as a company, because you saw the excitement people had over the Snyder Cut, and you saw people raving after they watched the Snyder Cut. So why would you go back to the inferior of the two and then give that the 4K treatment? So that's yeah,
Right.
I'm hoping that maybe
I agree.
I don't get it. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it just seems like a bad move, and it's just like a last ditch effort to maybe catch a couple more
Right?
dollars before
Like some
hopefully they
pity
do,
money.
in fact, let it die. But we'll see.
Look, just
And
because a
some more
turd.
DC news. Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
No,
yes.
just because a turd is a lot more crisper visually, it's still a turd.
Yeah, you can't polish a turd, though, they say, right?
Yeah, just because I could see it a lot more clear doesn't mean I'm going to appreciate seeing turd on my screen. You know, whether it's 720p, 480p, 4K, it's
Oh,
get that off my screen.
Right,
true.
right. I can't argue it. So,
It's a
Hyper, I
good
know
analogy.
you're probably as excited about the Transformers movie, the next Transformers movie as I am. Keith, I don't know if you're as excited, but you should be.
Hey,
And to that
I'll give it a
note,
watch.
there you go. We got a casting. Dominique Fishback has joined the cast of Transformers 6 is what they are tentatively calling it for the moment. Not sure how exactly that works, but I thought it was the second
So, okay,
movie in the new reboot series, but whatever.
Face, have you been up to date on the transfer? Because I kind of fell off those transfer movies after a few of those.
Yeah, the one with Mark Wahlberg, I never saw.
I actually saw that one. I
I
think that was
mean,
probably the last.
I've seen them all. So the last movie that came out, Bumblebee, um,
Also, skip that
from
one.
from from what I've okay. So first of all, actually, that movie was really good. Actually, I enjoyed it, to be honest.
I heard.
And
I heard.
it because of the reception it got. I guess whenever they made the movie, they apparently didn't know what direction they wanted to go with it. Whether it was going to be sort of like a prequel movie to the Michael Bay movies, or if they were going to use it as sort of a launching point for a reboot. And I guess because the reception was so good and everything like that, they have decided to use it as the launch of the reboot series. And this next movie apparently I was under the impression at first was supposed to be uh, part of that series, but then there's also been rumors going around that it's actually going to be a Beast Wars movie. So not sure how that would fit in either.
I
Okay.
would love
Okay.
to see that. That's what I would love to see.
Yeah, for
Huge
sure.
Beast
I
Wars
mean,
fan.
I'm good with it either.
So I'm assuming Michael Bay won't be directing this one.
No, I
Explosions.
believe he's just a producer on these.
Okay.
He's in
So
charge of the explosions.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
That
he would
should.
be good at it.
That's it. I'll
Sure.
give him that.
Yeah. I mean, I still haven't seen the not Beast Wars, the Bumblebee movie yet, but I think that's still on Netflix. So I might give it a watch. I like people in the chat are talking about it, like how it's good, and I've heard other people saying how it's almost like a step in the right direction for the franchise. So I'll give it a watch at least.
Yeah, it definitely felt like it was a step in the right direction for the franchise. In my opinion, when I watched it, I liked it. Um, and it just I think they kind of saw, like they looked like maybe they took a cue from the MCU and they decided not to pack the movie with too many characters. And it worked out. It worked out really good. So
And the
yeah.
funny thing and Freaky. Oh, what's up, Unix? Freaky kind of mentioned something that I completely missed out on, that we have Kate Bishop and Peacemaker in that movie. John Cena and Haley Steinfeld.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, huh.
So in some really good news, I don't know if you guys heard about this or not. Uh, Penguin ran a video showing some new packaging that they're going to be using on comic books to specifically prevent damages.
I saw that. Well, I didn't see the video, but I heard apparently how they're taking some initiative on making sure that the books are more secure.
Yeah, I mean, that's fucking fantastic to hear because uh, the the damage that we get to the comics that come from Diamond has been pretty severe
Mm.
lately, and it's definitely nice to see Penguin Rouse going ahead and being proactive with it and just going ahead putting it out there and saying, look, we understand you got a concern, with how these things are going to come out and what we're going to do about it. So.
My concern is, I mean, whenever a business does something where they do initiatives where they're gonna improve packaging or something like that, I wonder, like case in point, what's happening with CGC right now, where they're saying that they're expanding their facilities to kind of improve QC. I'm wondering if with Penguin's initiative, if this is gonna end up costing the consumers. If if these things are gonna get passed down to us. And I mean, I guess, obviously we'll have to wait and see, but maybe that might be a compromise we might have to make. Like, are you willing to pay a bit more? But my take on this is comics are expensive as it is, and I think there should be ways around it that we shouldn't have to, like, I don't get how companies like Image can produce a cardstock cover and still keep that $3.99 price tag, and then you will have DC that's doing like a standard $4.99 issue, even though they say that it's thicker, but it's not by much.
Thick.
Yeah, and obviously if you go cardstock on DC, you're paying an extra $1 more.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, look at the stuff that's come out from Bad Idea. Have you gotten anything from them yet?
I haven't physically gotten anything, but I heard their quality is impeccable.
Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal. And
I have a stack.
cover price.
You have a what now?
I have a stack in a shop about an hour away from me, and they're supposed to deliver it to a shop that's only 20 minutes away from me. And they still haven't done it. So I have all the Bad Idea, all of it just sitting there.
We might have to talk.
We will talk.
We might have to talk because I'm nowhere near anything close to a Bad Idea retailer in my neck of the woods.
Fun fact: this is actually news. The the big boss for Bad Idea, not don't shade or anything, actually got into a little tussle in my area at a local con, and thus most of the retailers in my area are not carrying Bad Idea comics. I'm not giving details. There's a little tussle to it, so that's why I have to go kind of far to get my stack.
Okay, so you're not completely cut off. You still have access to those books.
I have a vein. I'm tapping a little vein.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, we could talk about Bad Idea and their whole business model. That feels like we could make an entire podcast on that just based on our opinions.
Right?
But I did want to bring up UniX's point. I was actually thinking the same thing. Spawn is still $2.99,
right?
And it's still, and it's not exactly a cheap quality comic either. It feels like it's like any standard issue comic. So I feel like the companies have I don't feel it's almost like maybe it's just I'm not really in the behind the scenes stuff, but I kind of feel that sometimes they know, I guess, that we're going to buy these comics anyway. So it's almost like they're taking our loyalty for granted, I feel.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue that. Whenever you look at like you said, Spawn, $2.99. I mean, still, and it's not really very different from many of the Marvel comics that come out or the regular. So you can't really argue
it. And the thing is, look, and I know DC's been trying to do this where they've been cutting off on titles and that's the thing. If you're gonna tell us that, look, we're producing a lot of comics and comics are an expensive hobby, then just cut off the titles that aren't selling very well, so you could at least focus on your better selling books, and then make those prices more competitive. But I mean, I think that's wishful thinking. I think, unfortunately, I think the prices are gonna go up before they're gonna start going down.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I mean, but what are you gonna do?
Well, that's that.
Unfortunately,
I think that's kind of their mentality. Also, what are you gonna do?
yeah, exactly. It's like you're gonna buy the fucking things anyway, so just sit there and shut up and buy it.
Take it.
No, but it's gonna get to a point where there's gonna be a certain price point where people are gonna say, forget this. I'll either just wait for the trade, or I'll just go digital. Because the prices are like, DC's card stock for some of them. It's almost, actually, I'll give you an example. Joker. Joker is you don't even have a card stock option. Card stock is this default.
Yep.
That's a $5.99 book right out the gate. And it's not like it's a Black Label miniseries. I think it's supposed to be an ongoing series, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure what the intention is with that series.
Right.
If it's going to be ongoing or mini.
Yeah, as far as I know, it doesn't seem like there's like it doesn't say like 1 of 12 or anything like that, like most DC miniseries. $5.99, like for us Canadian, that's almost like $8.
Right, man.
$8.
That's like almost $2.
That's like half the cost of a trade paperback in general.
Oh, true.
Right.
What's up, Sid?
Welcome back,
Welcome
Sid.
to freedom, baby. Welcome to freedom.
For sure. So HBO Max Green Lantern series cast Finn Wittrock as Guy Gardner. You guys hear about that one?
Yeah, I think
heard about it. I looked at his hair immediately. I was like, "This ain't it."
Right.
This ain't it, Chief.
I don't know though. I like he could pull him off. Have you watched American Horror Story?
No, not yet.
Which season?
Okay, so he was on that. I know he was in. I know for sure he was in Freak Show.
I haven't seen Freak Show.
Of course, but yeah, he was in that. Like, I don't know. He kind of like, I don't want to say it was the exact same style haircut or anything like that, but I thought it was something similar. Like I could see him almost pulling off the Guy Gardner bowl cut for some reason.
Okay.
I'm wondering if they're actually gonna do it though. Like, are they gonna put a bowl cut on this man?
Dude, I almost had a heart attack because I thought Newbie said Finn Jones, like the dude that played Iron Fist. And I'm like, oh no, please not him again.
Oh
Like,
yeah, nah.
Oh shit, that's pressure right there.
Yo, yes.
oh, you mean Sid's suggestion? Are we gonna get face on after 100 subs?
That's wishful thinking. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Trust me. Yeah, I agree. I hope they do the bowl cut for 2. I'm a huge fan of Guy Gardner in general. He's one of my favorites just because he's got such an attitude. And like he's kind of douchey, but he's like always that one guy like absolutely you count on to be there, and he's gonna fight to the end. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been more of a Jon Stewart guy.
Yo.
Oh, of course, everybody loves Jon Stewart.
Yeah,
of course, gotta love Jon Stewart. And
Hal is just overplayed for me.
Right?
And wait, okay.
And some left Sony.
Oh wait, I asked Newbie this question, but I don't know if we actually got an actual answer. Do you know if Joe Moline is also going to be in the HBO Max series? The Green Lantern in Far Sector. Do you know if she's actually going to be? Because I've heard talks about her possibly.
Yeah, there's been rumors, but I don't think that there's been anything official that's come out to say that she is going to be in there.
Okay, all right.
Or anything like that. They are definitely has been rumors floating around. I've seen articles, from different news sources that said that, they believe that she's going to show up, but I haven't heard anything as official as far as castings or anything like that. So I hope
Got it.
they do bring her in, because she's definitely another cool addition to the Green Lantern universe for sure.
And I already have her first appearances, so I'm
Yeah,
set.
same here, same here. So, in some less encouraging news,
Uh-oh.
Sony pushed back Morbius for the 5th time. Now it's only a week, but still, it's the 5th time you push this movie back. Like,
So,
what's going
so
on?
what's the date right now then? Are we looking 2022 or 2020?
It looks like January 28th, 2022.
Okay, so I mean, I find that's a weird month to play movies because usually it's like
Right?
right after the holiday. It's like right after the holidays, and isn't that kind of like the dead period almost? Like when
Well, yeah, but like COVID's probably
Yeah.
still going to be a thing. Theaters probably still not going to be open. What else
True.
to do during that time of year but watch a movie?
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey man, listen. As long as they can produce a quality movie, I don't mind waiting a week or so. Now, if you told me that we're getting it pushed back another year or something, that's a
Oh yeah.
different issue.
Yeah, I mean, it feels a year, and they're just going to do it week by week at this point.
I will say though, after seeing Snyder Cut and the Joker that they produced there with Jared Leto,
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see what acting abilities are going to shine in this Morbius movie now. After seeing that Joker, the redemption on that Joker, I'm kind of curious now. Like before, I was like, ooh, I'm not too sure. But now I'm like, okay, he might have this one in the bag. Like he may be able to pull this off. Faith has been restored, boys.
Yeah, it was definitely definitely better. There was a certain comment that was made there that was a little cringy for some people, I guess. But other than that, the Snyder Cut's Joker was way more
In the
successful.
movie, okay.
Bro, I
Yeah,
was laughing, bro. I was like, yo, this guy's
yeah,
hilarious.
I laughed too. But
If I was Batman, I would call him out. I'd been like, and what? And what? Like, shoot. Never mind.
But the thing is, I also think he realizes the criticism that he got for playing the Joker. I'm talking about the initial cut, not the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
So you got to believe that he almost feels like, I'm sure he almost feels like he's got a point to prove, and pretty much this movie is all about him. He's not just a supporting cast, so he knows that depending on how well this movie does, you could be talking about a franchise, right? So I'm pretty sure he's and by the looks of it, when you look at the backstage stuff and all that, it seemed like he's really taking it seriously, and he's actually reading up on the character and all that. So I think I have confidence that he's gonna actually kill it in this role.
yeah, I mean, he does get pretty into the characters that he plays from what people have said about his how he does his method acting and everything.
Acting.
Right.
Well, do you remember?
Exactly.
Do you remember that image that where he was reading that the revised version of Legion of Monsters, and then that book ended up spiking because people saw that book?
Yep. Yep.
So
hey, it works. All you gotta do is have like a celebrity hold the comic, I guess. And
you know what? I'll just hold various comics on IG. We'll see what happens.
You just start holding.
Right, exactly.
Just start holding dollar bin stuff just to like.
This Wildcats one's gonna spike. Shoot.
Did you guys see the set photos for Miss Marvel and her comics accurate uniform?
I did.
Yeah.
It's
What do you
Hey,
think?
this is not without movie magic, bro. Okay.
Yeah. No.
Saying.
I'm keeping that in mind actually when I saw it. I mean, look, it is accurate to the comic, but I'll be honest, when you see that costume in live action, it does look a bit silly. A bit.
And Shazam's didn't?
Sorry?
Shazam's costume didn't look stupid?
No, but here's the thing though. Shazam was almost like a parody. It felt like he was like a parody of a superhero, I find.
Alright. All right,
Like
bro.
like
All right, I'll give you that.
Shazam was pretty much almost treated like a comedy, like not so much to the same vein as Deadpool, but he was kind of like almost like a comic relief character.
True.
Right.
I
But
think this suit looks good, man. I'm digging it.
but you're right. I think once it's under the Marvel production,
A little
once
magic
Marvel,
paint.
yeah, exactly. I think there will be a different coat of like paint on it behind the cameras. So yeah, it's just that like I guess when I saw the still shots, I was like, like I'm like, all right, yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like it might have been the most comfortable thing in the world for her to wear, but yeah, I mean, it did look pretty accurate, so can't argue that, I guess.
I will say though, I do like her. Like in the comics, if you're following Miss Marvel, she actually had a costume change. I actually like that more than her previous costume.
Yeah.
She actually, I think it was like with the what is it called, Windbreaker or Stormbreaker or something. Not Stormbreaker, but the character that she was fighting that was almost like a clone of her or something. I can't remember the name.
Oh, Storm Ranger, Storm Ranger.
Storm Ranger, yeah.
Yeah.
Through that, I think she actually got a new costume that basically that issue ended up spiking a bit because you know how when you see a new costume on a superhero, you know people pop for that. But I do prefer the revised version as opposed to the traditional, in my opinion.
All right. All right.
Yeah. So in some more 4K news, another useless set of movies, it seems like, is getting the treatment with G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra, and Retaliation. And again, like we were just talking about with Justice League getting the 4K treatment, and like I said that it kind of felt like a last effort to cash in. I kind of feel like this is almost the same thing. Like we're getting the 4K treatment on Rise of Cobra and Retaliation, right as it looks like they're getting ready to reboot the whole franchise. So,
Which they
maybe a
should.
little last minute cash grab on the old movie.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So you could probably,
100%, buddy.
yeah, I'm sure there'll be some kind of collector's editions and all that shit to come out too. You guys
Yeah,
picking up
not.
any of those?
I
Nope.
I haven't seen either of those movies
Hey, well, you
Oh
know
wow,
what? Now's your chance to see them
in 4K.
in
in
4K.
4K.
If you want to go and spend like whatever the $20-$30 or whatever you gotta get.
I don't know, but
suggest just skip them. Wait for that reboot.
Yeah,
listen, I
yeah,
don't know
I'm
about
definitely skipping.
I don't know about you guys, but I actually haven't bought physical media in terms of like an actual movie disc. I think the last movie that I bought that was actually like a physical copy was probably Avengers Endgame, and I bought that more for the Steelbook collector's edition. But
True.
and I think sorry, I don't know if this came after Endgame, but no, I think this came before the Batman the Animated Series Blu-ray set that came out. I think that was
Is something I would buy. That is something I would purchase.
Yeah.
because that's actually individually numbered. So
Oh, that's fire.
yeah, it was a limited series. But other than that,
Right.
I don't remember buying any physical media in a very long time. I pretty much everything's been digital with me. On the
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta agree.
It depends for me. Like I'll pick up the DVDs. I pick up a lot of DVDs for like the MCU and stuff like that, especially when they do like the collector's editions packaging and stuff like that. But I just can't see any reason. And I'm a huge GI Joe fan. I do have both the movies, believe it or not. I'm probably about the only person, but
Yep.
they weren't great. Let's face it. And it really doesn't feel like anybody is out there begging to see them in 4K. But hey, what the hell? We're getting them, so well, good.
I was gonna ask Face, are you planning on double dipping?
I am not at all planning on double dipping on that.
Okay.
Definitely not going to do that. So, more interestingly enough, and this might actually kind of break newbies' heart a little bit. Ben and Raymond Lai have refiled a lawsuit against Disney
Oh, I heard
claiming
about.
that the MCU stole armor designs for Iron Man and Ant-Man in Infinity War and Endgame.
Wait,
That's,
but who are these people that are suing them? Like,
Yeah, that's
so these two guys are also comic book creators. They did I know at least a series that they did in the past, mostly because it was, where this, apparently was taken from was the Radix series that they did. And there are some pictures. I'm not gonna lie, there are some pictures that they've shown in comparison and everything that do look kind of close to, some images from the movies and everything like that. But like one that they used, it was sort of like, it was Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man in like the superhero landing pose, which is kind of common.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I mean, like, here's the thing for me. So they're alleging that, I guess, Disney stole these armor designs or whatever for the movies. But what were the armor designs based off of originally anyway? Like, I mean, and kind of how that shit tends to work. Like one thing builds upon another. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't look to me like anything close to exact copies or anything like that. So, I mean, similar maybe, but exact copies, I don't know. You guys?
But I mean, like, are they looking to get like I'm curious, are they looking for Disney to stop using it altogether, or are they looking for a cash settlement? Because like, I don't. I mean,
One of the interesting things that I did find out was these guys actually, there was another issue with I believe it was MIT that they used something or something like that. It was another case of like some kind of copyright infringement or whatever. And MIT actually came out and, like they apologized right away and I guess admitted they made a mistake. And these guys like completely like, oh, okay, cool. No, don't worry about it. It's cool. You can use whatever or whatever. So I guess basically maybe it sounds like it's really not, about like money or anything like that. They just kind of want some acknowledgement if they really do feel that, they have the case that they do. And I can't speak to that because, I'm not a lawyer or anything by any means. I can just tell you, what I saw based on the different pictures that I've seen and everything like that. So,
Oh man, this ain't even close, bro. What do you mean? I'm seeing them right now.
yeah, like you see, there's similarities there, but
it's literally pointing to the
not...
traps and the leg piece. Like, bro, it's armor. It's everybody has shoulders. Everybody has. Okay, I shouldn't say that. I should say that. Lots of people have shoulders.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
a trap piece, bro. Like
the majority.
Come on, man. Come on, that's weak. And they're from Montreal, yo. So Hyper, take care of them. Like,
oh, they're from
tell them to cease and desist, bro.
Oh, they're from Montreal. Oh wow.
They're from Montreal.
Oh wow.
Montreal.
So it's my people. Okay. That
I'm not saying it's your people. I'm just saying you're closest.
No, that makes a bit more sense because it makes a bit more sense. Yeah, because there's a few salty people in my area. It could be one of my neighbors, maybe.
So in short, this Radix have the 90s Image Comics armor feel. Generic armor that you saw all throughout the 90s in Image.
But
come on, bro.
But here's my thing.
It's a weak argument.
They waited until Endgame to kind of make this case.
Yeah, right.
It did say in what I was reading that they were refiling a lawsuit. So it sounds like I guess there was one that was existing from Infinity War.
Okay.
And it sounds like what ended up happening with it was they were fighting it and they sort of just ran out of money to pay the lawyers to continue fighting the battle. And I mean, they are up against Marvel and Disney. So yeah, I can imagine that would be a complication.
Yeah, I mean, and from what you're telling me, this is not the first legal dispute they've had. That they've already had one with MIT. So, okay.
Well, I mean, the thing is too, like hearing that they I guess sort of ran out of money for the lawyers. That doesn't seem like it bodes well for their lawsuit in my thinking, just because I would think if I were a lawyer and I thought that they had a solid claim and a solid lawsuit and that they were going to win and win some money, that would probably be a risk that you would go ahead and take and continue to fight that lawsuit, because it's fucking Disney.
Yeah.
It's fucking Marvel.
Yup.
You're going to get a fucking settlement that's going to be huge. And as a lawyer, you're going to get paid. So if the lawyers don't want to continue taking the case without getting paid, I mean, maybe that kind of says something that you should like reevaluate your stance, perhaps. I don't,
And then the unfortunate part is, like, if Disney decides to lawyer up, they could easily, like, they have no problem dragging this out because they have, like, their bankroll is, like, pretty heavy. So it's like
Huge.
it's always tough when, like,
Big bank take little bank. Huh.
Yeah. it's always going to be an uphill battle when, like, one of the smaller guys tries to go up against, like, a giant. And even if they have a rightful case, the unfortunate part is, if this was to get dragged out in court, there's going to be a lot of money spent on legal fees and all that. And between the two of them, obviously, who do you think is going to be able to win that race?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just, it's kind of what it comes down to. It's a marathon, so if you're not prepared to run the whole race, then
yeah,
this is a weak case.
Yeah.
Throw it out. Throw
maybe
this damn
just
case out, bro. That's
sit
horrible.
it out from go.
Yeah.
And guys, I just wanted to go ahead and mention the reason that I actually turned my camera off was because I'm actually having some storms here, so I'm hoping that it helps me to get a little bit better reception coming in and everything like that, because my Wi-Fi go crazy when it starts storming and everything.
Oh, word! I thought
True.
I thought you got allergies also.
Or like
No,
you have
no,
like a
not
little itch
this
under the
time.
mask, so you're like, oh man.
But generally, yes, whenever I do shows on my channel, I actually appear.
Face, we got magic.
Sort
we
of.
got a new
Anyway,
magic also popped in.
What's up?
definitely, I'm right here. So we only have a couple more pieces of news to go over, and we're actually we're gonna jump ahead to some stuff that happened today, and then jump back to the last piece of news that I want to talk about. But today we actually had some pretty big announcements that came out. Captain Marvel and Black Panther both got titles. Captain Marvel 2 is going to be called The Marvels, and that S is very reminiscent of that symbol that's on Kamala
Harry
Khan's
Potter's
uniform.
forehead.
Also that. So, Harry Potter and Miss Marvel confirmed. You heard it here first. Key issues announcement. Harry Potter will be in Captain Marvel 2.
Invest.
And I really hope no one believes that.
No, because
just in case, we better put that disclaimer out there. Marvel does not own that property. It won't happen.
And I think is Harry Potter owned by Universal? Because I know that when I went to Universal Studios, they had the Harry Potter trains. I'm wondering if Universal actually owns, or is it not Disney? If it's Warner Brothers.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure where those
I'm not even really a big Harry Potter fan, bro. I just kind of,
Hey, listen, I haven't even seen one single movie.
Like, I like Harry Potter, but I couldn't give a shit who owns it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, those were big announcements. Those are fire.
Yeah, I mean, and the other one that kind of went along with that was that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 got a release date, May 5th, 2023. So we got a while to wait on it, but,
yeah, man,
it's coming. So that was some pretty big news from Marvel that came out. It's good to hear that we're getting some titles to these movies. Oh, Black Panther title Wakanda Forever. And that just feels like it's really fitting for what they're probably gonna do with the Black Panther movie, because of Chadwick Boseman's passing and everything like that. Wakanda Forever, I think it couldn't be a more appropriate title for it. So.
And weren't they also supposed to do like a spin-off series, like centered around almost like the people of Wakanda almost?
I think there was talk about that originally, and that might be the direction that they more towards given Chadwick Boseman's passing. So who knows? And if that's the way they go, I mean, it works for me, man. Like I love the Black Panther movie. It was definitely great in my opinion, and I can't wait to see the next one. Captain Marvel, I'm not as excited about, but I'm encouraged more so than I was over the first movie because I'm definitely glad we're gonna see. It looks like Miss Marvel show up in it, and apparently Harry Potter, of course.
That's my flick and swish of the wand.
But the one I'm most excited about, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. You see Magic Lasso's comment on the screen. That soundtrack is going to be fucking fire no matter what. I mean, every soundtrack so far has been great. The soundtracks have been amazing.
They've been amazing, but like if you take away the soundtrack, how's the movie though? It's okay. It's all right. It's good.
Really?
The first one, I love the first one, man. It was one of my favorite MCU movies.
Yeah. And volume, and I don't know why people
dance battle, you and me. I'm like this dude right here, bro. This dude right here can't even dance this shit. And he's going up Ronan the Accuser, and Ronan's just gonna stand there. And
that shit was hilarious though, and it worked out.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
The choreography was all wrong. That's my biggest problem with that. I'm playing, but no, that was corny.
Okay, but
it was supposed to be corny.
Oh, I guess.
But Volume 2, didn't you think Volume 2 was? Yeah, Volume 2 I definitely like. And the thing is, Volume 2 I actually saw that in theater in, I think they called it 4D, where
the chairs move.
The chairs move, and they actually have like when it's like raining, you get the mist, and then when Yandu does his the needle thing.
Yeah.
Wind that blows, there's actually wind that blows through your ear in the theater.
That's just creepy. It's actually just a dude sitting next to you, just.
Yeah, but it was a very immersive experience. And actually, I had to go to Toronto to see that because I don't think they had that kind of effects in Montreal.
Yeah, I can imagine it would change the whole feel. Thinking it's the dude next to you.
No. You could actually you could set if you don't want mist or not, because obviously not everyone wants to feel like droplets and all that on their head. So.
Oh man.
Right.
Yeah, Freaky Louie, that was too soon, man. Come on, that shit's still sad.
Still hurts the heart.
That hurts. That hurt hard, man.
That was
unfortunately, that's actually a pretty good segue into the last bit of news that we got to talk about, because it is pretty sad and unfortunate. Artist Jean-Paul Leon passed away on May 1st at age 49. He was an artist. He did some work on Static. He did some dope art on Earth X, and he was a phenomenal artist, and he had a lot of fans, and he's definitely going to be missed. So
it's unfortunate because Static is also set to, I guess, make it cinematic.
It's unfortunate that we lose somebody with that talent.
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead, Iber.
Yeah, no, I mean the fact that like you said that he was one of the guys that drew Static, so he wouldn't actually be able to be around to actually see that when it actually comes to fruition. So yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, what's going on, man? Artists of all genres are passing early, man. This is horrible.
Who did we get? Denny O'Neil, right? That passed.
Yeah, Denny O'Neil passed not too long ago.
Yeah. Shoot.
Yes, it's definitely unfortunate when we lose someone at such a young age, and especially when they had such amazing talent. So,
how old was he? Do we know?
49.
Wow, that's pretty young.
That's young, man.
That's
yeah,
really
for
young.
sure.
Damn.
Oh. So that's pretty much the news that we got for the week, and most of the big announcements, and as we move on with the show and everything like that, we're going to try and refine it to bring most of the news that we feel is most important, or just most interesting or fun to talk about to the show and expand on it from there and see where that takes us and everything like that, and definitely get the discussion on with the chat. But another big part of the show that we're going to be doing is the next part that we're going to get into, and hopefully it's going to be something that we can continue to do for you guys. And we don't like I guess the best way to say it is we should put out a disclaimer there is that there's no guarantees in any of this stuff for comics. So we're going to talk about some books that are our picks for books that we think are going to potentially be, they could possibly blow up. They could have interesting story points, first appearances coming out in them. And, we're just going to let you know and try and give you as much information as we can about the books and what looks like it might be the biggest on the next couple weeks at FOC, so that you can go ahead and get a little bit ahead of the game. So, and really that's what it's all about. Whenever you're collecting comics and everything, is basically getting in early, securing yourself and locking down those copies before they're sold out and everything else. So, FOC tends to be a pretty big part of that. And for anyone that doesn't know, FOC, refers to final order cutoff. What that is it's the last date that you can actually place an order, as the retailer or whatever, for a specific comic. And FOC date for DC is actually a day before Marvel. So the way that we'll probably talk about this is when we're talking about the FOC dates on what day that they come out for that week, we'll probably just go ahead with and refer to the FOC date of DC, mostly because it corresponds with two things. One, FOC date of DC, like we just said, and the date of the show. So it'll be easy for us to remember. Whereas the FOC date of Marvel for anything would be the day after.
Right.
So it's just easier to go with DC's because hey, if you're a day early, you can't go wrong.
That's true.
Now, in any of the release dates, I don't give a fuck what DC is doing. Wednesday is New Comic Book Day, and it'll always be so.
Shade.
Whenever we refer to the release dates, it'll always be that Wednesday, and we'll just kind of leave it at that. So, I mean, that's pretty much the important information that you'll need. And so now we'll go ahead and we'll get into the picks, and we'll discuss a few things about these picks and everything like that as we go by and why they might be important and everything like that. So the first ones that I want to go with, we're going to just start with the first week, and we'll just go down it like that. Talk about the different comics and everything. No specific number or anything like that. Just books that we think are going to be important, interesting, fun to read. Whatever. On I should say one other thing. Actually, whenever we do go over this, the books that are on FOC this week. At this point, yeah, I mean, the FOC for Marvel is tomorrow, but it's almost too late at this point for us to put that information out to people. So we're just going to go ahead and drop those off.
Yeah, that depends, because I know if you're doing stuff online, you could probably still place in your order. And sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I have like a dialogue with some of my LCS owners where if I need something on FOC, I could message them on Facebook and they'll actually put it in before 11 p.m. Because I think it's usually 11 p.m., which is like the cutoff time. So,
for sure.
I mean, you're right. Like if you're operating under store hours, yeah, it's probably too late. But if you have like an in with like someone in the LCS, or maybe if you do FOC orders online on your pull box, you still might have some time to put these orders in.
Right.
Facts.
For sure. All right, so let's get into it. FOC picks for May 10th. Comics that are going to be on FOC for the May 10th, which will be next Monday, which will be the FOC date again for DC. They will release on May 26th. So you want to get your orders in
Oh wait.
by the 10th, by the 10th, effectively, if you can, for
So
any of the
these are
books
books
that
releasing on the
are coming out
25th.
that week. They're the 26th. They're releasing on the 26th, but the FOC date is on the 10th. So
Wait,
the orders have to be
say,
placed by the
Damn.
10th. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
if it's being released on the because the 26th is, hold up, that's 3. Okay, never mind. Okay, got it. My bad. Yeah, because
Good.
I was thinking that's like just 2 weeks, so I thought that the dates were a bit off, but yeah, okay, no, makes sense.
It ends up being, it's weird. It's like, I think it's like 2.5, 3 weeks, something like that.
Mm-hmm. So wait, so that means for DC you kind of have to put on the 9th then, not the 10th.
No, DC is the 10th because like today's the 3rd, right?
No. 10th is the Monday though. So wouldn't it be on a Sunday though
Right.
for DC? So it'd be the 9th.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Shit, my bad.
Yeah, that's why it kind of threw me off a bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I did write down the wrong date on that one. Yeah, it's
yeah,
9th. Oh,
Diamond is the 10th. Yeah.
good catch, Hyper. My bad. Right, exactly. Yes, good catch, Hyper. Thank you for that, because I would have had y'all fucked up. My bad. Hyper is absolutely right, and I was completely incorrect. The 9th is the FOC date that you will want for that one. My bad. See, hey, man, it is hard to keep track of this stuff sometimes. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, enough talk about it. Let's get into the books. And on my list for that week, I know I've got starting with one of my personal favorite series, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, last run in number 3. And every issue of this book so far has been fire and is in pretty high demand. And you know, some of that I can't speak for every LCS out there, but I know at my LCS is around after the first day, it's been pretty hard to find those issues on there. Like they don't have any of the first prints sitting on the shelf. I mean, they do have some second prints of number 2, I think, still on the shelf, surprisingly, but
I didn't even have to wait
Sure.
for one day. It
that's
felt
about
like
it.
like for the first print, it felt like at least in my LCS shops, unless you pre-ordered it in advance, some of the shops didn't even make it past their on the actual shelves because apparently wasn't that the issue that got allocated?
I think so, yeah.
Because that's what people were criticizing IDW for, because shops ordered a certain amount of the first print and they didn't get the exact order. So that's why those books ended up spiking on the secondary market. Not to the same level as like Berserker, because Berserker's third print, that was like a different thing altogether. But yeah, the first print I believe was allocated to some shops.
Right.
Yeah,
for sure. Keys,
but
you been picking up this series?
No.
What?
I'm sorry. No. You know what it was? It was because I had a ridiculous time trying to get the first print of the first issue. Like horrible.
Don't you have?
Okay.
Wait, don't you have
What?
the Ash Can? You have the Ash Can.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I do. Yes, I do.
The irony how you have the Ash Can and I want the Ash Can, but I have the first print and you have the first. You want the first.
Oh man.
Do you see what? Do you see where I'm going with this?
Oh, that sounds like
see where you're
potential deal in the
going.
making right here.
You know, I see you. We'll talk.
Damn, we're wheeling and dealing already. I mean, I don't know that there's going to be anything significant in the issue other than it's just a popular series and going to be probably in high demand. And that's just the case sometimes. It's just a great series, and actually, that's one of the things that's pretty consistent for this week because my second pick, Department of Truth number 9. And
that was
again,
my pick.
I mean,
that was my first pick.
Yeah, like I can't sit here and say that I think that there's going to be necessarily anything super important that happens in the issue, but it's Department of Truth. Every issue has been in high demand, and the fucking exclusives on it have been going for a fortune. So
not even just the exclusives, even some of those variants, like some of those B covers, like the one that comes to mind is the one that was done by Lotte. a few issues ago, the one where the lady with the scale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That one was also like a sought after variant. And I really dug the Scott Young variant that just came out this past week.
Yes, I copped. Okay,
Yeah.
so talking about that, if I may segue, I copped
Mm-hmm.
every cover I could, like just of the regular covers, obviously. If you guys are specking on Department of Truth, this last issue is key. They have a character here. I'm not going to spoil anything, but he is an absolute beauty, and he will be important in the next couple issues. So 9, 10, 11. They're going to build on this character. Hawk Harrison, if they ever pick this idea up for a show or anything like that, Hawk Harrison, first appearance, that last issue, and I don't sleep on it. I'm just saying right now, don't sleep on that.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, I mean,
very important.
Yeah,
and he is prevalent in the next couple issues.
Yeah,
no doubt, and it looks like he's gonna be he's definitely gonna be a pretty interesting character. It looks like so.
Oh,
the thing is, I'm a bit behind on the reading for Department of Truth. I
man.
think you guys are. No, I actually have all the issues. I just need to catch up to it. But I think it's kind of nice that you kind of brought that up because like a lot of times with these indie series, people focus on the issue number one.
Yep.
They kind of like stack the issue number ones, and then they don't really pay attention to the other issues. But like you saw what's happening with Something Is Killing the Children, right? Like that issue number 5. See, that issue number 5 ended up being I forgot. I keep forgetting.
Yep.
There's a first. Was that the order of like the first appearance of the Order or something that was in that issue?
So I have all my notes written down on my phone, but I'm using my phone as the camera, so I cannot tell you the exact. But I think it's either 5 or 6 is one of the is the first appearance of the power that they have that you can actually give it to an adult. I was either 5 or 6, so please don't murder me, chat. 5 or 6. It's also the first appearance of the second kid, the girl, Beyond, the girl that survived the monster attack. Yeah, man. There's a few keys in 5 and 6. I think it's 5. I want to say it's 5
but that's the thing. Like so it goes to show that we're no longer in a case where number ones are keys. Like you have first appearances that are going to pop out that might be what look. So yeah, I think it's nice that you brought that up.
I cannot stress this enough, seeing as though we're going to bring up Something Is Killing Children 16 is the next one that's for FOC. I cannot bring this the first appearance of Old Dragon.
Absolutely right into it. Go ahead.
11, which is issue 11, is slept on. 100% slept on. Pick that ish up. I got 2 cover A's, 2 cover B's. I can't get any other friggin' exclusives because they are expensive as hell right now for me to try and
wait, is issue 11, is that the one that has a Jenny Friesen cover B?
Yes.
Okay, I have that. I have that one also. Yeah, so I have the A and B for that one.
Yeah, man.
That's also the one
on that.
Yeah, for sure. That's also the one with the that they had the 1 in 100 Something Is Killing Children ratios on too.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's gone for me.
Yeah,
bro. That's a little out of my range. Yeah, man.
They're definitely getting up there in price, of course. I mean, everything with Something Is Killing Your Children is, and I mean, because like Department of Truth and Last Ronin, they've just all been phenomenal, series to read, and people are really enjoying them.
Yeah,
and they want to collect every issue, they want to collect every cover, and you can't blame them.
Right?
Exactly.
And the trend upward in comics prices is it's something that's happened in, like, if you look at the sports card industry, it happened years ago, and I mean that's pretty much how the industry is now. You see like Tom Brady cards going for a couple $1 million and everything like that, and it's starting to look like comics are not. I'm not saying that they're going to get up to that point, but they're definitely following suit in the rising values and everything like that, for sure.
For sure, yeah.
If you can pick it up off the shelf, or if you even if you can find like a website, some of the websites that you can pre-order some, you for pre-ordering through them once you have like certain number of titles on your pull list or whatever. So I mean, hey, if you can get those discounts and get these issues at cover price before they're on eBay for ridiculous, definitely pick them up. And that's why we're trying to give you this information, of course. So
Yeah, man.
and the last pick I got for that week is win number 6. They're bringing back that series. I'm a huge Tinian fan. I love the first 5 issues of Win. I'm definitely staying on the series. I know it does tend to have a little bit of a more all ages feel to it, but it's been very enjoyable. So,
but Face,
I know Hyper, you're on it.
Wind is actually coming out this week, though.
This week,
it's actually, yeah, it's coming out this week.
Oh, did they move it out? Did I write? Maybe it's I might have wrote the wrong number down. It might be 7.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I could be wrong.
Wind is another series that I'm kind of behind, but what I've read so far, I thoroughly enjoyed. And yeah, I'm picking up. I do like those tarot card variant covers. I don't know if you guys saw that one.
Yep.
For the cover Bs, they're doing a theme like now for the issues going forward. It's going to be like a tarot card with a different character.
That's cool. That's cool.
So, and the 1 in 25 is being done by
exactly, and that's the one that the big concept that really made me want to grab it.
The tarot, and
outside of the series itself.
And Mirko Andolfo is doing the 1 in 25, so that might be another interesting ratio to pick up.
Yeah, they had Peach Momoko doing the 1 in 25s through the first arc, and I guess is Mirko Andolfo doing all the 1 in 25s through this arc? Do you know?
I don't know if she's doing all of them, because I only saw the cover for issue 6. I don't know if future issues if she's doing all the other ratios as well. I'm not sure.
Definitely something to keep an eye on. Wind. It's one of those series. It's kind of feels like it might be a little bit of a slow burn too, and it's James Tynion. So until proven otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and put my faith in him and see how it plays out. So definitely a pickup for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, while we're on the topic, we just mentioned 2 Boom series, if you will, right?
Right.
There, I swear, man, if you guys, everybody in chat, even you guys over here, need to check out Proctor Valley Road. It is a 70s story from the 70s.
Yeah, I've heard that's actually been pretty.
It is really good, and honestly, we're only 3 issues deep. The 3rd one's coming out 2 weeks from now, so we're 2 issues deep, and man, it's it's Boom. It's phenomenal. Grant Morrison, I believe, is a writer. But if you look at trends, think of it like Scooby-Doo and Stranger Things kind of combined. It's a really interesting story about a young group of kids, but even Stranger Things, It Chapter 1, Riverdale, give me another thing. We see these trends where young adults or children-centric shows that are actually very good, and we're watching them as adults and whatnot.
Yeah,
right.
This could be something. Honestly, it's way too early to say, but I'm hooked, and I wouldn't sleep on this. Just spend the $10 for the first 2 issues, because the 2nd issue has a sweet first appearance in it.
Yeah,
and just give it a shot, because trust me, this could be something. It's creepy. It's
I think I'm about to go grab that now.
I could say Haunted Highway in the middle of the desert. You guys would be like, that's nothing. But it's actually really cool. And it seems like the stories that they fabricate in the series so far actually materializes in real life. So you'll make up a story there's a bull that goes around spearing people in the torso, and all of a sudden they go there, and there's a bull that speared people in the torso, that you're just like, what? And it's cool. It's cool. There's it's set in the 70s. There's strong language though. Drug use, whatever. It's not afraid to tackle social issues, such as Yeah, like socioeconomic status touches on race issues, especially in the 70s, just coming from the movements of civil rights. It's good, but it's not like in your face, or it's just like, but it's really good. It's really good, man. To be honest, if I had like an under the radar thing to suggest, this is it.
Proctor Valley. Okay, man, dude, like the way, like, and I was mentioning this before with No Good Comics, when guys like you or guys in my circle kind of really try to sell on a book, like obviously you're not involved in the book, so it's an unbiased opinion.
For sure.
But usually when someone goes really hard on a book like that, it makes me kind of makes me pay attention more, because it's different when someone says like it's alright, but when someone
right.
Meh.
but like the way
Right.
that you're trying to, like the way that you're speaking very highly of it, now I'm curious to check this series.
It's good. It's That's not just honestly pick up the first 2 issues.
Okay.
Sit on them if you don't like them. You know what I'm saying? Because especially with Boom's track record, watch this shit blow up. No pun intended with the Boom, but boom.
Yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah, no, I'll definitely give it a shot now. Now that you kind of you're selling pretty hard on that book.
For sure. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have that added to the pull list now. So I mean, I'm on the recommendation of key. Like,
to be honest, Face, honestly, Face, I thought this would have been one of those titles that's already on your pull list, considering that you pretty much grabbed everything else.
Everything.
yeah.
Yo, Face.
It was really up in the air when the series was coming out, so if I was gonna grab it or not, and I left it off for some reason. I think I was probably a pretty big week, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip it this week, and that's
I bet you it's still at your LCS though. It's very low key, man. Yeah? I bet you it's still available. Yeah.
Don't get upset, but when I was on Newbie show yesterday, I kind of because I'm I was basically imitating you, right, with the whole avatar and all that stuff.
right.
I think I was trying to imitate you on Newbie show, so I'm like, yo, I'm Face, and I buy everything.
I mean, I don't buy everything though.
I was trying to hit that deep voice, but I couldn't get that range that you have. So so that was my best Face imitation. If you guys want to see it on yesterday's Newbie show.
Well, damn, I love it. I mean, I think it was pretty spot on. You can't. So.
Oh,
all right, guys. So moving on to the next week. Oh, go ahead, Keith.
I think I have one for the next week. Now you go first. Then I'll come back.
For all right. So this would be the week of 5/16. That means these issues are going to be on FOC 5/16.
So they release
week after the 9th, if you add 7 days, not the 10th like I had originally said. And they release on June 2nd. And
yeah,
this week's actually a little bit bigger than the previous week. There's a few issues coming out that are just, like, for instance, okay, the first one that I'm gonna start with, and man, it hurts my heart to even say this fucking title. Batman Fortnite 0. number 4.
That's the one I wanted to bring up.
Here's the thing, I hate putting this book on the list as a comic book collector because it's fucking Fortnite. I ain't with it. But
bro,
the thing is,
1v1 me.
And the thing is, okay, so you if you listen to other comic book speculators and you see the talk and everything like that, there's a lot of varying opinions on I guess how substantial these books are, how long they'll carry any value or anything like that. The first and most important thing that comes to mind in regards to this issue is that none of that shit matters, because this whole series is primarily being bought by Fortnite players and people
That's
that want
what
to flip
matters, bro. That's what matters. Who are
Right.
the most impatient population of
That's the
people?
thing. Yep, that's
Kids,
the thing.
them. The
Because the
kids, them,
Fortnite
bro.
players want those codes immediately.
Okay, so if you
Immediately.
buy all 6, which I am sub to, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have all 6. And
No,
do
I
I
am
play
So am I.
Fortnite?
So am I.
I kind of do play Fortnite on occasion. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I don't play
it's
it.
on occasion. All right. The skins look fire. I haven't redeemed any codes, but they look fire. But here's the thing: as apparently Hyper brought up, there's going to be later printings. Here's the worst thing: September
Mhm.
7th. This is brand new news. Brand new news, like hours old. September 7th. There's going to be a hard copy version that has all 6 codes. So if you're going to flip this before September, bro. Before that back to school rush comes and those kids all want their little skins and stuff. Because when you buy all 6, you get a 7th skin, like exclusive, like it's like big things. But before that back to school, if we do have school because COVID, sell it. Sell that real quick. If
So,
you're just in it for the codes. Just in it for the codes.
Keys, I have a question on that. Is there an expiration date on the codes?
Yeah, there is.
The season, when the season ends. I don't know when that is.
No, but I think somebody mentioned it was 2025, the expiration code.
Oh, really? I thought it was the end of the season. All right, cool. We good.
It's 2025. Yeah.
Shoot.
So there you go.
But then they're just going to buy the hardcover, and just get all the codes.
But here's the thing about the hard book that I think, I think you actually
Right. It doesn't seem like these codes are going to be hard to get. It just seems like there's a demand for certain players to go out and grab the comics to get them immediately. Because I know when this issue came out, and like I went to my LCS, and I'm not gonna lie, there was like I know the people that come to that LCS, you know, every Wednesday morning and everything like that. Like we're regulars. We all meet up there, you know, pretty much in front of the store, you know, as they're getting ready to go open and go in, you know, and grab our shit and whatnot. And the morning that first one came out, there was at least 10 different people waiting for that Fortnite issue that we've never seen before. All Fortnite players, you know, haven't been back since. I'm sure they'll come back when issue 2 comes out. So, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're definitely in demand by Fortnite players.
Issue 2 is coming out this week, actually.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And issue 4 is for the FOC he's talking about.
Yeah.
You're right.
So,
exactly.
So here's the thing, though, and I think, Keith, you actually said something that almost counters your September point. You mentioned how these players, and I'm not just talking about Fortnite players, generally players that do competitive multiplayer where that involves season passes and all that. I'm talking about Fortnite, Call of Duty. I'm not talking about those guys that, you know, like guys like me, like I play Fortnite with my friends. All right, I'm not gonna lie, but the thing is, I'm not
loser. You loser.
Listen, okay. There's a funny story behind that. The reason why
don't worry.
The reason why I came around to playing Fortnite was because I had an arrangement made with my friends how they would check out some of my YouTube content, and I would basically join them on Fortnite. So we kind of had a bit of an arrangement. Look, prior to that, we were playing.
Hey, that worked.
Yeah, Twitch channel, baby.
We were playing Call of Duty Warzone, but here's the thing: I'm the type of player that I play these games. I'm not the guy that buys the season passes or pays actual currency for skins. I've heard of people spending hundreds of dollars on these games, just based on digital costumes. So the thing is,
for sure,
these people that are the ones that they won't want to wait for that second and third print. Even if you tell them that there's a code out there for the second and third print and it's the same code, they don't want to wait, because the thing is, this is why you get this is why Call of Duty always has a new game every year, because the player base basically moves on, and I can bet you that in a few months those DLCs that we're talking about right now for Fortnite, they're going to be yesterday's news, because people are going to be moving to. You don't think so?
No, because there's people that actually buy accounts that have those skins, man. So there's like exclusive Galaxy skins. For instance, I got a new phone like a year or two ago, and because it came with a Galaxy Fortnite skin, And this dude was like, "Yo, I'll give you $50 for the code right now." I'm like, "Just because I got the phone, bro?" And he's like,
wow.
"Yeah." I'm like, "Okay." They'll actually buy an account that has certain skins that they want. Like Warcraft does it, Fortnite does it, and some other games. You know those?
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
I'm telling you,
but what
bro.
I'm saying is like it's almost like for these kind of things you kind of have to, like you said, you have to strike while the iron's hot, because
Yeah.
like they don't have the patience to wait for those later codes. So
Right.
my feeling is, even though that hardback is coming in September, I feel the players that really wanted that code would have probably got it at that point.
Check this out. Kids are savage. You're gonna have those kids that go back to school. They're like,
Mhm.
"Dang, I don't have those Batman skins. Oh my god, I also don't have a lot of money to buy on individual issues." Boom, hardcover.
But wouldn't the hardcover be more
Fair enough.
expensive?
I don't know the price on it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know the price.
The fact that they're adding 6 DLCs in one book, and it's a hardback, I would think that it's going to be at least a $40 or $30 book.
That's true.
Yeah.
But Fortnite.
Yeah.
Either way, the lifespan on these issues, it's probably not super long. So most of the value, if you're looking for it, is probably going to come from the code if you're a Fortnite player, or probably a quick flip to a Fortnite player if you want to go that route.
And I told you guys, I saw like some Twitter account leaked the 4 DLCs that are coming out for the codes. Harley Quinn is the first DLC, the Harley Quinn costume. The other 3, they're not even costumes, they're
Yeah.
gadgets. One is like
Firstly, okay, go on.
yeah, no, I was gonna
Oh
say
wow.
the issue 2 DLC was the Catwoman grappling hook or something.
Which is dope.
Right.
Yeah, but the second the next 2 are like gliders, and the thing is, those gliders are only they only take into effect, when you jump off the ship, and
No. What if you use a rift? You shake up the rift and you drop again.
Okay, fine. Okay, so well, basically, it's
When you're jumping from high points in the game. And you
Yeah,
use
but
Welcome to
the
the High Level Fortnite YouTube channel, folks.
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, yeah, we really went off topic there, but yeah, but
Yeah.
Where
I'm just
Key Issue teaches you the ways to winning.
Yeah.
Welcome to my gaming channel.
But I'm just saying, people that are thinking that each DLC is gonna have a costume DLC. It's not the case. It's
not the case.
at least for the first 4 issues, it's only Harley Quinn that's the costume DLC in issue 1.
Okay. So that that might be play into that might the value, but again with having all 6 of the codes to unlock that 7th one, I think people are still going to be, especially the Fortnite the Fortnite players are still going to be after them.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably to get that
quick.
cost.
Flip quick, boys. Flip quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, exactly. So another one interesting we got that's coming out that week is DC's festival, the Asian Superhero Celebration #1, and the whole reason that this issue is seeming to be a thing is because of the first appearance that we're going to get in. I believe his name is the Monkey Prince.
Yeah, but
Have
wait,
you guys
Faith,
seen him?
Come on, man.
Did that issue already pass FOC, or are you saying that it's coming up?
On the what I was looking at, it was showing up that it's still on FOC for 5/16.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so I guess they
But
pushed it back then.
the problem is some of the it's very possible. Some of the websites, especially with the COVID site and everything, or with COVID and everything like that, have definitely not been consistent with updating their information and everything, with all the pushbacks and delays and everything like that. So
Right. And this is the book that's like a $9.99 price tag, right?
yeah, I think it was pretty expensive, to be honest. And I think that, man, it's hard to say that how hard that'll hit it, because that's a really high price tag for that. But people do go fucking nuts over these first appearances too lately. So
It's true.
I think it's the 1 in 25 that actually has a first cover appearance with a Monkey Prince. I'm not getting that. I think if anything, I might just grab the Art Germ variant, which has Cassandra Cain, I believe.
Cassie.
As
Yeah, actually, that's the one I'm picking up too. I'm actually not going after the one in 25.
but
It's just you know, it's an interesting character, but I wasn't overly excited about the design or anything like that. So it did make me feel like I needed to run out and grab that one in 25. But yeah, I'll definitely pick up the art germ and probably an A cover for just to check out and read and everything like that. But
Face. So I'm looking at it right now. The DC Festival of Heroes, Asian Superhero Celebration. That's actually coming out May 11th.
May 11th.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so that's the week before. Then they've changed the date on that again.
Yeah, it's actually coming out May 11th.
Okay. Well, shit. Yeah, so hey, I use a certain website, and I don't want to put them on blast or anything like that. If you watch the show enough, you'll know what it is, and it's a very useful website. Give a lot of information, but COVID definitely threw off their updating somewhat and everything like that. So whenever you go through it and look for different comics, I noticed one that it has like 2 different issues that are coming out the same week, and yeah, so.
Oh wow! Okay.
So I apologize if that one is actually coming out already.
I mean, my beef with this is why couldn't they just name him Monkey King?
Instead of Monkey
Prince? Yeah, because the king is the actual
why
mythological.
Where is the king?
That's
also?
The actual Chinese
and the queen is that
ancient like the Monkey King is already established in folklore of the Chinese. So why make him Prince, bro?
Well, maybe that's why they're not using the monkey.
Exactly, because
I guess.
Yeah,
so.
I guess. A descendant of the Monkey King.
Yeah.
It's a new character, but it is pricey. So that's the hard part about it. If it was a $5 cover price, yeah, sure, grab it and maybe drop it in a box and wait and see. But $10, that makes it a little more dicey prospect.
Yeah, man.
Like Hyper said, I'm picking up a couple covers that I like and just to read it, but. Man.
A couple. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the R German, the A. I'm picking up 2 of them. So
man's like, ooh, I'll pick up a couple. Like what?
Look, king or prince. Like when it comes to these kind of things, I end up becoming a peasant, and I'll just.
That was good. That was good. I'll give you that. That was fire.
Yeah, because we have this thing in our group in Montreal. Like we have a Telegram group, and we sometimes I don't know if we coined the term, but we call it peasant flexing. Like when you go into back issue bins,
Right, that's where I live.
Wow. Right? Why not?
Yeah.
But, all right. So you know what? So you know what? On this week, we got to go ahead and give our boy Newbie a little bit of love one more time, because on FOC 516, Iron Man Annual #1, and this one's actually interesting because it kicks off a Marvel summer event called Infinite Destinies that it sounds like is going to potentially introduce some new characters and revolve around the Infinity Gems and heavily influence the arc or future arcs that Marvel is going to use in the comics. So it actually sounds like it could be pretty big, but I mean, anytime that they announce one of these events and everything, it's always going to be the next big thing and whatnot.
Yeah.
So,
it's true.
It's hard to say. I'm definitely going to pick it up because, the potential of the new characters and everything like that, and got to give Iron Man some love from my boy Newbie.
Yeah, I
Where's
guess.
his leg?
Right? Yeah, we still haven't. Maybe they'll mention the leg. But yeah, there is a character in it. I can't remember his name. Maybe a new character. I'm actually not sure on it. It's not one that has been heavily used if it is a existing character. But yeah, some of the future issues that, and it seems like the whole series of events centers around these annual issues. Like I know there's a Ghost Rider annual that was supposed to come out. That was going to be in it. I don't know if they've changed that one or not, but there's a few more that I think they're all annuals that are on this Infinite Destinies event. And
Cool.
You take that solicitation for what it's worth about how big it'll be. But the first appearances could be relevant, so that's one you'll definitely want to keep an eye on and check out and see what information you can find out about the characters as they come out. And obviously we'll do our best to keep you updated and informed here on the show too.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to solicitation with Marvel, I always tend to find that they're like their biggest hype man, and rightfully so. But you always hear taglines
exactly.
like life-altering event, or this is a thing that will change the course of history of yada yada yada. So,
right.
I'm gonna basically wait and see, because it seems like that's like their hook line for a lot of these Fantastic Four issues as well, where they say a future
exactly
event that changes the course of the entire team, and then it ends up being, not that they end up retconning it afterwards. So. Yeah.
So's the game.
For sure.
That's true.
And then the last pick I got for FOC that week is this one. This one's actually pretty interesting. So, have you guys heard of the series Black?
Yes. By Black Mask Studios.
Well, this series, right. And in this series, I actually didn't catch the original series, so I could be a little off on what the premise is, but I believe it's that all Black people have superpowers, or
that's the general gist of it.
Only Black people have superpowers, or something like that. Correct?
Yeah. Again, I didn't read the story myself, but I think that was like the general synopsis.
Something along those lines.
So that means I only have like half a superpower. Right. Bro, that's
you are 50% powered up, Keys. You get the worst superpowers, whatever they are.
Yeah, it's like the power of levitation.
Arm fall off,
really
boy. Right?
You're like
fly,
my
but
phone.
only 3 inches off the ground.
You're like my Samsung phone after a few years of use.
Oh man. Oh man.
Well, this series, the series Black, the reception on it was pretty good and everything like that. Back issues are doing pretty well. They are actually doing a sequel series called I can't tell you much about the premise of the series, other than it's going to tie in with what they've done already in. But one of the most interesting things about this is that. Go ahead.
And I was gonna say, if Keys already picked up the series Black, and now that the series White,
so he's gonna be fully powered up if they yeah. But maybe he gets.
I only get a half power each.
or
maybe that only goes about like a foot.
Maybe you could,
this is trash.
I don't know. 2 really shitty powers that come together and form one cool power. Like you could, like true. Arm fall off, boy, and powers. You could just rip your own arm off, charge it, and throw it at people. There you go.
That would be sick. That would actually that would be wicked.
That sounds so cumbersome, but okay, sure.
Right, a little bit. But so this book is coming out white. One of the big things about it is apparently, I guess they're limiting every issue to a print run of 2,500.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very low print run. So if you were on the series Black, or if you were thinking about jumping on it, this is definitely one that you'll want to order ahead of time, because it doesn't look like there's exclusives or anything like that. There's going to be 2,500 copies, and that's what you got. So That's one that just fits very well because it's one of those ones you're almost gonna have to secure on
Yeah, I've already asked two of my
before
shops.
final order cutoff for the most part. So yeah, for sure. All right, and that pretty much we'll let that wrap up our we'll let that wrap up our final order cutoff segment of the show and jump right into the last one. This is going to be the shortest segment, but possibly one of the most important. And that's why we're going to end the show with it because, you know, you guys stuck with us the whole time. So here you go. Get the best information. Our favorite new comic book day picks for the issues that are coming out this week. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Before I jump into that, for anybody that is interested in a fuller, more complete look at everything that's coming out on FOC, if you hop over to Sparks' channel, Hyper, do you know when he does that exactly?
He does it every Sundays, usually at 2 p.m. Eastern. I could throw the link. I could throw the link in the chat while you're speaking. But yeah, it's usually every Tuesday. I'm not sorry, Tuesday. Every Sunday at 2 p.m. is when, because that way people have time to do their DC FOC that
Absolutely.
Sunday
So
night.
there you go. Sparks Comics, Sundays at 2 p.m. Yeah, he does an FOC show that is way more complete and comprehensive. Like I said, we're just giving you our fix, whatnot. Whereas Sparks, he goes over everything pretty in depth. So if you're more interested in more information and learning about more about FOC and what's coming out that week, definitely check out his show for sure.
Yeah.
That being said, we're gonna jump into our new comic book day picks. So of course, we have to give a shout out to our own Newbie Comics and his show that he does every week. Newbie does a way more comprehensive and complete list of the new comic book day picks. We're just going to give you a quick rundown of the book we think are going to be hot or important. But if you're interested in finding out about more of the books that are coming out for this week, definitely, if you've got time, check out Newbie Comics. He does it every. What are we doing that now? Sundays at 9:35 ish. Have we established 9:35? Is that like a thing now?
That's pretty much
bedtime.
All right, because I know it was 9:30, so I don't know. Somebody comes a little late, but he shows up to. Hey, it's all good.
Oh, but face, at least I show up.
Oh,
that's more than I can say for both of you.
Wow.
That's fair. But hey, I don't want to get fired. No.
That was ice cold, bro.
All right, guys. So then moving into our new comic book day picks, this is definitely going to be my favorite part of the show. I'm gonna kind of do this in reverse. I'm gonna start off with like the one that I think is going to be like, yeah, and move up from there. My first pick was Star Wars: War of the Bounty Hunters Alpha. I think people are definitely going to be interested in that. There's a couple covers coming out with it shows Boba Fett with some black armor that I think people are going to be digging and going after. I think it's one of the incentives, and the other one is the action figure variant. So
okay.
definitely keep your eyes peeled for that at your shop for sure.
Cool.
Hyper. Mm-hmm. I know you got a pick for new comic book day, right?
Yeah, I didn't really get a chance to rank them of importance, but like
that's okay.
Right off the top of my head, and I think this might overlap with one of your picks. I'm gonna pick.
Yep, it will.
Actually, no, this one I don't think you picked it, so I'll go with this one first. We Live #5, the second print.
Okay.
I've told you guys, I think privately when we were discussing. I thoroughly enjoyed the first volume of We Live, the first 5 issues. And clearly the market is responding because if you're looking at issue 1 right now, it's already almost like a $50, $60 book. And even issue 5, issue 5 is also going for 40 to 30 because issue 5 was also a low printed book. And that's also like a $40, $50 book. Because issue 5, I don't want to spoil anything, but we talk about first appearances even in indie titles. Issue 5 has a significant first appearance, especially if you're going to be following the series. This first appearance definitely will change the course of the series going forward. So That's why it's funny how none of the other issues other than issue 1 got a later printing except for issue 5. So issue 1 is already on a third print, and issue 5 is on a second print. So 2, 3, and 4, you can actually probably, I don't know if they're open order, but you can probably still find them at your LCS. But 5, I'm grabbing the second print of 5 just for the fact of that significant first appearance.
Yeah.
And I'm fully on board on this series after reading it.
Yeah, for sure. That second print, like you said, with that first appearance and everything, definitely makes my list for sure. And that's actually why I tossed it to you. Figured you were going to pick that one. And actually, I can go ahead and toss it over to Keys and get a pick from him because I know he'll go ahead and pick.
Pick what?
So, go ahead, Keys.
You want me to say it?
You got a pick for New Comic Book Day this week?
I do have a pick. I have a pick to avoid if you're trying to invest in this. No, I lie. You know what? My pick is Fear. I lie. It's a good series. I'll switch out my pick. Fear Case 4, man. If you guys haven't checked out Fear Case, it's a solid story. I'm not saying for investment purposes, just reading purposes. Amazing story, man. It's really creepy. It's like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, what's that movie when he got 7? It's like The Ring and a buddy cop.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. And it's like a Ring and a buddy cop movie together. It's awesome. Fear Case is wicked. Illustrated by Canadians. So Tyler and Hillary Jenkins. Shout out to them. Yeah, man, definitely check this out. Definitely. Nice. We're on issue 4. I think there's only 5 or 6.
No, it's actually the series ends in 4. It's the final issue.
It ends in 4? Oh, I thought there was 5. Oh, no.
It seems like a lot of Dark Horse series seem to only end in 4 issues, I find.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah,
it's
they
just
do
getting
do
really
a lot
good.
of art.
Yeah. So.
Hey, well, then they'll probably be a sequel series then.
I'm hoping to God so, man. It was really good.
Yeah. And it's written by Matt Kint, the same guy who's writing Berserker right now.
Yeah, but he actually writes in this one. So, not to throw shade.
Fair point.
Yeah.
All right, so my next pick for New Comic Book Day is going to be one, and we talked about this company earlier. It says could be a little sketchy to find, because they don't distribute everywhere. Whalesville, number 1, coming out from Bad Idea. Everything that's come out from Bad Idea so far has been pretty hot. It doesn't look like the trend is going to change with this. I believe it's a one shot, but
it is.
It sounds like there might be some room to grow in there too. The story, it sounds like it has some kind of Pinocchio type vibes to it, where I guess it's guy or kid or something like that ends up living in a whale. But yeah, there you go. Bad Idea. They've been hard to find, and everything that they put out so far has blown up. So you probably can't go wrong picking up a copy if you grab it at your LCS for sure.
Okay, well, I mean, like I told you guys at the beginning of the show, Bad Idea is nowhere to be found near my region, so I'm gonna have to seek help elsewhere if I were to cop that issue. But I'm gonna wait and see. Keys knows.
Those online FOC orders, huh?
What's that?
Said, do those online FOC orders, huh? That might help you secure some Bad Idea.
The problem is I don't know which Canadian shops that actually will ship. That's actually, well, first of all, I would need to find a Canadian shop that's part of the Bad Idea program and that's also willing to ship. Because I know there's one shop in Edmonton that does Bad Idea, but apparently you already have to have a pull list and you have to be pulling at least 10 titles from them in order to even consider to grab Bad Idea.
I will put you on because I'm not going to name this shop.
Wait. So are they going with? You got to pull 10 titles from them? They don't even have fucking 10 titles.
No. Not 10 Bad Idea titles. They want you to basically like if you're not from their local region, like if you're any other province in Canada and you want to get their bad idea issues, you need to be basically on a subscription service with their
I gotcha.
for 10 just 10
Right.
years on your subscription with them, so that basically they don't want just the guys out of the province that are just coming in just for the bad ideas and then just dipping out.
Right. Makes sense. All right. And I think we probably got a pretty solid consensus from all three of us on what's probably going to be the big book, or the one that people are probably going to be most looking to pick up this week. I think Batman 108. Any argument on that from you guys?
No.
That's the one. I mean,
the only thing, and I mentioned this yesterday on Newbie Show, was that because retailers and everyone else saw this coming it felt like almost 2 months away. I think I would hope that shops are pretty much ready for this issue when it comes out. Like, they would have ordered enough copies to satisfy customers. I'm not saying that it's going to be at the level of Berserker. I don't think it's going to hit those numbers. But I'm just saying that it just seems like the way DC was marketing this character, almost like, unlike Punchline, the issue with Punchline was people knew about her first appearance after the FOC, so they didn't have time to increase their orders. In this case, shops were aware well ahead of time, as well as consumers. So people, if they wanted multiple copies, they would have already put those orders in. So I don't foresee having an issue finding these copies. But you know what? You never know. There might be that one dude that's gonna grab everything off the rack. So you still might want to secure those copies.
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's DC, it's Batman, it's first appearance. It's Batman. It was probably already on your pool list anyway, so we're really not telling you nothing new here. I mean, yeah, it's Batman. What more do you need to say? I mean, yeah.
Well,
it's got a first appearance.
Unix brought up a good point, because there's going to be multiple exclusives, so and a lot of covers. And
yeah, definitely.
The question is, which one is actually going to end up catching some heat? Honestly, I'm just going to go with A and B. I don't think I'm actually going to start dabbling in all these exclusives. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, personally.
I think, to be honest, I actually I've only grabbed one exclusive from it, to be honest.
Okay. I'm only on A. I got A. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna grab. Obviously, I'm gonna grab the A.
I might grab a B, but
B. If incentives, but the exclusive, like, the only one I picked up was there was a Natalie Sanders one that she did in the style of her magazine covers.
Yes.
That she's done for Harley and Punchline and everything like that. I got all those, so I went ahead and picked the one for Miracle Molly to, have the set. And yeah, that's the only one that I bothered to grab from it. It's an interesting character. The design is very bright, but I mean it's, and I said it before. I'm gonna get it just because he's writing it regardless. He's a phenomenal writer. Like we said, Batman first. Definitely grab a copy if it's on the shelf. And I don't think you can go wrong with it, because even if it doesn't blow up, it's probably gonna be a good read.
Yeah, and I'm not really. I don't foresee this being like one of those quick flip books, for the very reason that I think you're not going to have a hard time finding these issues. But I'm pulling Batman regardless. So for that reason alone, I'm picking up these issues.
Let's be real. Batman has Snowflame, the cocaine villain. Now I'm trying to collect Molly, Miracle Molly, the Molly villain.
Wait, wasn't Snowflame and Catwoman though?
DC, sorry.
Yeah, Catwoman. Whatever. We'll let it slide.
It was in Catwoman.
You know what I'm saying? Family.
I don't want you.
I don't want drug-related villains.
I don't want you to blame Batman for all of DC's problems.
Batman is DC and DC is Batman, baby. Come on.
Okay, fair point. That's a fair
Oh,
point.
I don't think Batman's DC problems. That's probably a little higher up the food chain there at AT&T. You know, whatever.
Oh shoot. Not details. Not details.
No shade thrown there.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely you know. Gayaki, I'm sorry. Was it?
Wait, Keys
Oh,
was
my
saying
bad. I
something?
thought Keys. I thought Keys said something. My bad.
No. Were you gonna say something, Keys?
Nah, man.
Okay.
Nah.
He was looking. He was looking real like he wanted. No, I'm just playing. I thought I heard something. My bad. Uh, so yeah, that's pretty much the show. And you know, as I said, we're gonna get better at this week by week, and we're gonna refine it. And if by all means, if you guys in chat have any suggestions or anything that you'd like to see, feel free to hit us up on IG or whatever and let us know. We're always open to taking suggestions and improving the show. And like you know, like we said, we want to get the most information to you that we can, you know, to help you when you walk through comic books on Wednesday, so that you know whenever you go to the back issue bins, you know what the most recent news is. So you know that helps you if you're looking there. You know what the newest comic books that are coming out are to take a look. You know you can go up to the cashier and say, hey, these books are on FOC. I want to grab these. That's what we're trying to do. And I think the way that you know we want to end these shows is and I'm gonna go ahead and take this week since you know it's the first week to do it, and I'm just gonna do like a small YouTube shout out, and I want to give a shout out to Freaky Louie. If you're not checking him out, he does some awesome song parody videos every week, and he gives away a free key comic book to his viewers. He's a hell of a guy, one of the most entertaining, hilarious people that you could meet, and 420 friendly. And yeah, man, if you checked him out before, absolutely, please give him a look, and you know, definitely sub him up, hit that like button on his videos. And if you haven't already done it, we would appreciate it if you do the same here. I'm not going to hit you with that shit at the beginning of every video like everybody, but at the end, I will go ahead and mention if you don't mind hitting that like button, appreciate it. Subscribe, all that bullshit, you know. Guys, that's the show. I appreciate you guys joining us. Keys, Hyper, thank you for being my co-host. They're gonna rotate in and out, you know, every other week and everything like that. Maybe they'll come on sometimes at the same time. You know, we'll see how they want to do it, how we want to do it, how y'all want to do it, whatever. And
Yep.
man, it was great to get to do this show with you guys and to have everybody here in chat talking and everything like that and get to talk about comics. So we appreciate it. And for all you fucking comic book kingpins out there, remember, you stay informed, you stay ahead. Peace.
Later.
Doses.